market has completely changed. If you've driven past a car dealership, all you're going to see is hundreds, if not thousands of cars sitting outside. Their lot is completely full. Even overflow lots will be full. They have so many cars they don't know what to do with. Some dealerships are having to decline allocations from the manufacturer. They cannot accept any more new vehicles because they have hundreds sitting on their lot, so they don't need any more. They got to sell those before they get any new ones. And at some of the domestic manufacturers, I will see 2023 still on the lot right now in 2025. Vehicles have been sitting for multiple years. That never happened before 2020, but everybody saw the writing on the wall when all the manufacturers shot their prices up and dealerships took full advantage with market adjustments and all this stuff. So they got the vehicle in 2023 and they haven't sold it yet. And so now every manufacturer's discounting, some more than others. I mean, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we saw $30,000 off on some of their vehicles. But a lot of people are saying it's not enough off. So that's why so many people are having to do 84-month financing. That's the only way they can even afford these vehicles is 84 months, and that's 22% of people buying new vehicles. So we went from a market 2 years ago where everybody was paying MSRP or over MSRP with all this add-on BS to now every manufacturer's below MSRP. So the market has completely shifted. But there's still a few dealerships out there that are still trying to do market adjustments till today. But the market adjustment thing is mostly gone, but they still have their nitrogen-filled tires for $600, their add-on after add-on after add-on, $1,500 window tint or something crazy. It's all about making the additional profit for the dealer, and they're the middleman in between the manufacturer, and you can't even buy a car directly from the manufacturer. Most states have something called franchise laws, so it's literally illegal to buy the car directly from the manufacturer. And for most people, it would definitely be better because dealing with these dealerships, all you're doing is increasing the dealership's profit, and they're just that middleman. And there should be a world where there's both direct-to-manufacturer sales and dealership sales if the dealerships can stay open. But franchise laws needs to be abolished. We don't need them anymore. Most people completely get screwed over from their dealership, from the finance department to all this stuff, and it is on the customer. But if you go in thinking the dealership's on your side here to help, well, they're not. They're only on their side to make as much money as they can. So you have to go in there smart. You have to negotiate, play all the games, do this, go through the finance, get your own financing, because if you go through their financing and they get you approved, let's say they get you approved at 5%, well, they'll show you 7 and they don't even have to disclose that they actually got you approved at 5. And so they get to bump the rate and keep the difference. It's one of the slimy, scummiest ways to make money, but dealerships do it. I don't know what's worse, that or $500 or $700 nitrogen-filled tires. And repo rates are at an all-time high in over a decade, so people are not making their payments, so banks are having to increase their loan loss provision, which is money they put aside for people that can't make their payments, which means lending is getting harder to obtain. But in America, it's so easy to get a car loan, it's insane how easy it is. So that's not really saying much because pretty much any bank can get anybody approved up to 22-23% interest loans. But now, finally, dealerships are getting a taste of their own medicine. They're getting what they deserve. Their lots are completely full now. Just 2-3 years ago, they were empty, making all this money per unit. Now we're going back to how it was before 2020. Dealerships didn't make squat on new cars. They made it in the finance department and the service department. But actual new car sales, front-end gross profit, they made very little, and that's what we're getting back to. But they still make so much money in that finance department and that service department. They can make a lot of money back there because they have to sell these new cars at invoice most of the time to sell it, especially if you're a smart consumer and you find the right dealership. You're getting most new cars close to invoice right now. But there's still money in it for the dealership because the manufacturer has holdback and all sorts of stuff, so they're still making money no matter what you do. So the discounts are not enough for most people still, and that's why there's so many buyers not in the market. If you look at overall car sales, we're not selling more cars than we did in the past. You would think every year we sell more cars, more cars, more cars. No, we sold more cars in 1986 than we did last year. Most dealerships had their record profit year in 2023, and even 2022 was a really good year for these dealers. They were able to sell less vehicles but make so much money per unit, marking them up or even selling at MSRP with no discounts ever. The market has obviously shifted. Due to inventory rising, there are discounts now, but most consumers are saying it's not enough and it simply is too much money. And most manufacturers completely cut out their lowest trims or their cheapest models because they're like, it doesn't make as much, so why would we sell that vehicle? And you go to a Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, you will see $100,000 vehicles at each of those dealerships. So every brand has gotten crazy on prices. Because that's where the money's at and everybody was buying them, and credit's so easy to get here and there. It doesn't matter. Sign the paper, it doesn't matter. 84-month loans at 12% interest, $1,600 payments. This is what people are doing. But I'm glad that these car lots are full now because the market adjustments and all these games are gone, even though some dealers will still do it, but you have the ball in your hands. If you want to go buy one of these vehicles, you have to shop around, possibly even go out of state to get a better deal. It's a market now where everything's well below MSRP, especially on the domestic manufacturers. But let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.